Have you ever wondered what the Sprunki characters would look like if they had, like, arms and legs? Well, I did too. That's when I remembered. In this video, I'm going to be drawing all of the Sprunki characters in my own style. Yes, all of them. I got introduced to Sprunki about a month ago, and I've gotta say, it's kind of grown on me. The characters are cute, and the lore's kind of interesting. I've heard a lot of people call it brain rot, which I couldn't disagree more with. I mean, sure, the fandom can be a little rowdy, but the same could be said for Murder Drones and The Amazing Digital Circus, and nobody's calling that brain rot. That being said, let's go to our first one. I'll do Sky first. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I am not by any means good at drawing human figures. So I was thinking this might help a little bit, since they're kind of humanoid characters. Not gonna lie, he kinda reminds me of a Care Bear, but I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. Let's do Orin next. I decided to only do his upper half so I can focus more on doing his clothes and like the wrinkles in the fabric. I'm not great at doing wrinkles and stuff, so I need to practice it so I can do better in the future. Nice. Let's do Durple next. Durple is honestly one of my favorites to draw because dragons just so happen to be one of my favorite things to draw. Who knew? And also he's pretty similar to some OCs I've drawn in the past, so I was pretty prepared to do him. I thought I was done, but then Arcado sent me this. So of course, I had to remove his wings. Sorry, Durple. I think I liked you better with wings. Mr. Computer next?
Hello, would you like to have some fun with us right now? Come on, go sing along with us in this fun time.
Happy little goober. Black next? I actually really like how he turned out. I'll do Bread next. You're probably wondering why it looks like paper at first and then I start to line over it. Well, it's because I start by sketching it on paper and then I take a picture of it and put it on my iPad so I can ink and color it digitally. It feels like I get the best of both worlds that way. I did Clucker next, and I wanted to pay some extra special attention to him since usually he doesn't really get a lot of attention. It was either Pumpkin King or Kiro who suggested the bathrobe. Next I looked towards Tunner, who is personally one of my favorite characters. Comment below what your favorite characters are, and what you thought of my design for them. Or don't, I'm not in charge of you. As I was drawing these characters, I began to realize that they were not only helping me practice draw humanoid figures, but they were also helping me touch some grass on color theory and stuff like that. Like, for example, with Orin, I'd use a reddish orange to shade instead of just a darker orange, and likewise a yellowish orange for highlights. It really helps your drawing seem less flat and more colorful and bouncy when you use colors like that. Sometimes when you're drawing like really complex and detailed stuff, it can be easy to forget the basic principles. But anyway, let's do Mr. Tree next. He seems fun. Not terrible for stepping out of my comfort zone a little. Pinky was up next, and oh boy was her coloring fun. I'm usually not a huge fan of pink, but this pink I like. Has anyone else noticed that there are only 3 females out of 20 characters? If only that smile weren't temporary. Who on earth could resist that smile? Look at him. Next up is Jevin, the only one who remains pretty much untouched throughout the entire thing. I don't know. I feel like I did something wrong, but I'm not quite sure what. Maybe let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for what I can fix. Simon was next, and I gave him a tail just for fun. Also, so his second face would look like a raptor. Ratty was next, and I was pretty excited because I absolutely adore the color red. Also because I got to practice drawing muscles, which as you can see, I'm terrible at it. He looks sarcastically angry, which is good because that's what I intended. For Vinera, I decided to challenge myself by making her wearing sandals. I kind of felt like that was something she would wear, because she'd probably be outside a lot, you know, tending flowers and stuff. Anyway, Mr. Funbot was a good change of pace since he's a robot, and I used N for Murder Drones as a reference. Like Jevin, I kind of felt like I did something wrong here, but I couldn't figure out what. Comment below if you have any suggestions. Who better to do next than Mr. Funbot's creator? Oh, I love his sound. I used yellow for highlighting with OX since he's kind of a limeish color. The main character and protagonist, which everyone's probably been waiting for, it's Gray! I gave him a little coffee mug because he looks tired. Only one more after this, but first, I'm gonna do a shout out. The Buying a Car channel just started up, and she's trying to save up for an enchilada. No, I'm kidding, she's saving up for a car. But she just started up, so if you could go check her out, that would be very much appreciated. She's doing realistic art, so if you're watching this video, it's probably right up your alley. We have now arrived upon the moment in the video you all knew was going to happen. If you are happy, then good for you. If you are inwardly groaning, then you've already watched this far into the video and might as well finish it. Have you ever been drawing a humanoid figure and then not knowing what to do with the arms? Winda gave me the hardest time. But luckily, I settled on subtle foreshadowing. If you know, you know. The reason I decided to do Winda last is because she's my favorite character. You might think we're done, but that's where you're wrong, because I drew bonus art. I drew this one to use as a wallpaper, and honestly, it's my favorite out of any that I've drawn this video. Akira requested this one. And Pumpkin King requested these. Now we're done. Have a blessed day, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and maybe leave a comment. Bye!